jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports.
Salute to the hottest chat in the MFing game. A-side official. No negotiation needed. This is just a post-fight, you know what I'm saying, review from World Combat Sports. I'm not going to do the whole card. There's no need for that. But I am going to give you a snippet of a concern of mine. You know, I was watching the card, and, you know, shout out to Barroso, man. God damn it. He looks strong. And I'm looking for him to go in there and goddamn, you know, give Rolly the act right that he need. And being gifted a freaking win from the one and only Toney Weeks. Shout out to Barroso. He looked absolutely sharp tonight against an opponent where he was supposed to. He went in there and got the job done. And, man, shout out to the older cats, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the older cats. You know, Barroso got it done, man. I'm proud of you. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud of you, big dog. You went in there, you look strong. You look ready to go in there and teach Rolly, you know, that he's just not even an average boxer in the game. You know what I'm saying? He's below. You know what I'm saying? He's snorkeling. He's so below the average fighter. You know what I'm saying? Not snorkeling. Not snorkeling. That means he's on the surface. He's scuba diving. You know what I'm saying? He's a scuba diver when it comes to boxing. Anyway, as I was looking at this fight, it was brought to my attention that Toney Weeks was on deck. And I couldn't help but think, like, I've been creating a mental picture since the last time. And I said, is it possible for him to be at this fight too? You know what I'm saying? Because Rolly was there, you know, Barroso and Davis DeVitez was fighting. And he went in there and crushed him out. 2 first round for whoever was betting. 2 first round finishes, you know, quick. But what I want to talk about is the one that just happened. Vergil Ortiz returned after 17-month layoff. And I'm not blaming Vergil at all because, like I said, I like Vergil's style. He didn't even get a chance, an opportunity, a moment to let the fans see him put in some work. Man, come on, bro. This man went through an entire training camp just so Toney Weeks can step in again. You didn't even allow the man to get off the ropes, man. Yes, Ortiz touched him up with a jab. But he was good to go, man. You know, he pushed him back to the ropes. Not all the combination. I mean, not all the punch exchange landed. You know what I'm saying? Landed flush. You know, some of them bounced off the gloves and everything. But he wasn't stumbling like Rolly was. You know what I'm saying? What is going on with Toney, man? Why in the heck? Look, why are you doing this to boxing? First of all, I know it goes on. I always said that the third man in the ring can always influence the outcome of a fight. If you want anything to be predetermined and make sure it's carried out in stunning fashion, you always got to rely on the third man in the ring with the bow tie. Always. And this is the second fight that Toney Weeks, man, has stepped in super early. Like, damn, you know how many people was in attendance to see Vergil Ortiz return? They came to see Ortiz, man. Robert Garcia, his trainer, you know how it goes with. They came there to see the return, man. 20 wins, 20 knockouts. They wanted to see a fight. And Weeks stepped in and held the guy like he needed help. And the guy looking at him like he crazy, bro. I know there's going to be some who sit up here and say it was a good stoppage. I'm saying to myself, the fight haven't even got warmed up yet. Like, Toney, you have to understand that an opponent was chosen, selected for a reason. Right? So you have to understand that people paid their money to come see Ortiz fight. They wanted to see him go in there and put in some work just to see the flash, just to see, you know, the reflection of the old Ortiz, man, to let his fans know, to build up his brand, build back up his brand and let people know, hey, I'm back. Let me go in here and put in some work with this guy. Let me move around a little bit. Nah, Toney Weeks strikes again, bro. Damn. Strikes again. I was like, you're trying to convince people that his balance, he was in distress that bad that you had to stop the fight after people paid money. You know, people should be skeptical about going to Vegas if Toney Weeks on the card. I'm not gonna lie, I was up here trying to balance it out. The severity of referees who sit up here and shocked and made Cole, like he's neck and neck with Lawrence Cole right now. Lawrence Cole will stop a fight and nod his head no. That no isn't like, okay, I'm nodding, I'm telling you no because you can't continue. He's nodding his head no. I mean, he's shaking his head no because he don't want you to think this is gonna be a debate. He said, I made the call and that's what it is. Don't argue with me. I'm gonna be here next time it's a fight card and another. I ain't going nowhere. I'm not going nowhere. So there's no need to argue with me. There's no need to argue. Lawson deserved another opportunity like Barroso did. You know what I'm saying? Barroso had to come back. They felt some type of way. They just wanted to get Romero the belt. They brought Barroso back for an interim title shot, knowing damn well it was a robbery. But why bring him back for a title shot if Toney Weeks felt like Barroso was in trouble? If he honestly felt like Barroso was in trouble against Rolly, why bring him back for an interim championship? Because they looked at it and people was like, man, go ahead and bring him back, man. So many people are talking about this shit. Bring him back. Now, not only did they bring back Barroso to fight on the card, they put Toney Weeks in the main event. I would have felt some type of way if the script would have been written a little bit different if the main event had anything to do with the co-main event. But it didn't. Two different weight classes, nothing to do, no connection there. But the result kind of give you that eerie feeling, don't it? Oh, that result. Oh my God, bro. That result give you an eerie, strange, wicked, cynical, maniacal, malignant result, bro. Like, God damn, what is boxing doing? What is going on with Weeks, man? What is going on with this guy? Bro, what is up with you? That is two questionable stoppages. And they're not even high-profile fights, but you made them high-profile because of what transpired. They was waiting on something to give you a reason, but yet you just stripped it away. You just went up there and stopped the fight. Shout out to Arnold Brown on deck. What's good? I see you. Bruce Gas, Boxing Jazz, and more. Salute, Bruce. Mike, what's good? Salute to the OG Bruce Gas, man. Andrew said, and shout out to Andrew, man, on deck. Said terrible stoppage, man. I concur. Man. I was looking forward to seeing Vergil Ortiz return, split the ropes, and go in there and show us, you know what I'm saying, just how good he is. Just, a superstar in the making, in my opinion. I'm not sure. We'll just have to see how his health hold up. But I was definitely looking forward to him to shine a little bit, just shine under the bright lights, man. 17 months out the ring, questioning who you are as a fighter, having that self-doubt. Yeah. Give that man an opportunity to shine and dance up under them lights, Weeks. You went up there and shut it down early after people done paid their freaking money, room, food. They've been talking and talking, waiting. And then, just to think, Ortiz thought the crowd was booing him. For what? You did what you had to do. Can't nobody sit up here and boo you in one round just because Toney Weeks decided to cancel the show early. What was Toney Weeks? He had a red eye waiting on him. He was catching a red eye up out that mother. The budget's low. I mean, what was going on? Did he have a goddamn red eye to catch? Was he due to be at the airport in a matter of 45 minutes? Why would you do that to boxing, man? Like, god damn, this one of the, the first cards. You know what I'm saying? Like, big name on the card, 2024. And we're not even up here trying to talk about the boxer and how they look. We're talking about the freaking referee. The referee has demonstrated once again they have the power to influence. You know what I'm saying? They have the power to piss off a whole entire arena. I'm going to tell you, if Weeks is on that freaking card with Joshua and Ngannou, if Weeks is refereeing that freaking card, Joshua, hands down, will win that fight. You know what I'm saying? Right now, they have him coming in at negative 700. And Ngannou plus like 450, I think. Regardless, my whole point is, if Weeks is even, anywhere close to that, anywhere close to Wilder's fight or Joshua Ngannou, you can expect some controversy. I'm curious to know if he's going to be refereeing one of those fights with Wilder Zhang or freaking Joshua Ngannou. I know that's neither here nor there. That's not here yet, but it was just atrocious, man. This stoppage was just atrocious, man. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is why I have so much more pleasure, looking at mixed martial arts, ONE FC. You know what I'm saying? Looking at the UFC, PFL, looking at these BJJ tournaments, because boxing continues to prove that it don't matter when it comes to the consumers. Everybody get on board. You know what I'm saying? They go ahead and make plans to open up the new year. First heavy card. It's in Vegas. Let's go check it out. It's right down the street. You get there, and Toney Weeks stopped the main event after Vergil Ortiz returning after 17 months layoff. Sucks, man. I need to recalibrate my whole night because of the stoppage. You know what I'm saying? Man, that's just, that joint was just absurd, man. Well, what was going on? That was uncalled for. Real talk. I wanted to see Vergil shine, man. I wanted to see him, put some work in. That's all. I knew he was going to win. There was no doubt that he was going to go in there and beat Fredrick Lawson. But I just wanted to see him maybe to get some work in, move around a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Put some rounds away. This man came back after 17 months, and they're going to say he's just like in a position with Deontay. I don't know how quick it's going to take for him to turn around, but it's just like Deontay going in there, laying out Robert Helenius, and then he having another hiatus. I don't know how quick Ortiz is going to jump back in another fight camp. But for 17 months to come in there and get a first round stoppage when it could have went a little bit longer. You know what I'm saying? Ortiz was doing what Ortiz does. You know what I'm saying? He was landing some good body shots in the corner. You know what I'm saying? You know, punching him up at, the guard, trying to get him to drop his hands a little bit. Just soften him up. That's all. Nothing crazy. Like he said, he wasn't even putting no mustard and wasabi on those punches. He wasn't even really sitting down on them. He was just throwing some punches. You trying to tell me Lawson was that freaking weak? Ain't no way, bro. Somebody has unlocked Toney Weeks, man. Somebody has unlocked him. For real. That man, he's crossed over, bro. He's crossed over. That's not the same one who was refereeing Badu Jack and Marcus Brown, goddammit. That's not the same referee. Somehow, some way he has crossed over. He's on his way to retirement. And he's on a whole different time. Serious. He's on a whole nother different time. You just got to look at that shit like, what do you think we was tuning in for? What do you think we wanted to see? Majority of everybody tuning in this fight wanted to see Vergil Ortiz return, man. That's what we wanted to see. Then Toney Weeks remind us that he's crossed over. He's on the other side now. You know what I'm saying? He's on the other side. Real talk. There's nothing authentic that I'm seeing with him as a referee anymore. For real. Like you seem, with the expression of seriousness on your face, you seem like you know what you did. You know what I'm saying? You just want to hurry up and get it over with. And that's it. Like, nothing is going to happen to these referees, man. Nothing is going to happen, just like the judges. The judges go up here and make these questionable freaking scorecards to influence a fight. If, by chance, it's enough outcry, then they will be suspended for a couple of months. But no one's saying without pay. What about the referees? The referees goes in here and do something crazy, man. And if it's not anything that's blatant, just blatant that the referee did, you know what I'm saying, in a high profile fight, nothing happens to him. Just like Toney Weeks, nothing is going to happen to this cat. He said Weeks had shit to do. You ain't lying, right? You are not lying. Week had to place we had placed a bet on Ortiz one round. You know what I'm saying? Damn. You know what I'm saying? He had a bet on that, bro. Ortiz coming back. Oh, man. I bet them odds was good, too. First round stoppage for Barroso and Ortiz. Man, that's a lot of people got paid. I mean, if they chose to, place that special. You know what I'm saying? First round stoppage. They got paid pretty good. You know what I'm saying? But it's disappointing, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. It's disappointing as hell, boy. It's that type of mentality from Weeks is trending right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Weeks been bought, man. He's crossed over to the other side. If I see him out there at that card in March, hey, whoever I'm going for, no, it ain't happening. Whoever we think, you know what I'm saying? That's when I'll actually believe if he's in there refereeing Joshua and Ngannou, it's no way that Ngannou's gonna win. There's no way. Weeks will find a pocket in there and he'll stick his hands in there. No, it's over. You look bad. No, He don't care, man. Ortiz, at the very least, needs to get some rounds in. This hurt Ortiz in the long run. He already couldn't make weight. He's done. I know, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we talking about? It's so much other stuff we have to worry about when it comes to boxing. You know what I'm saying? It's like like Triple G said, a big drama show now. Like, it's beyond a soap opera with these fights, with boxing. It's beyond a soap opera, bro. This is becoming way more dramatic than a soap opera. You know, you asking yourself like, all I want to see is a good fight, man. I want some solid competition to go in there and get a fair one. That's all we trying to do. But yet now our primary concern is the referee. The referee is going in here and performing this black magic, man. Jesus Christ. We should be dropping a new Rolls Royce next week. Hey, Bruce, that was probably sitting out there already, man. Cleaned up for him and everything. You know what I'm saying? He had that ceramic clear coat put on there. You know, I mean, everything. Not a speck of dirt in it. They already had it out there for him, man. Suicide doors. You know, Weeks said, hey, keep it running, man. Keep it running. It ain't gonna be long. Keep it running. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have a nice dinner. And you know, we're gonna go out and enjoy this nightlife out here. Bring in the new year correctly. We about to go into the second week of the 2024. We gotta enjoy this Saturday. You know what I'm saying? We have to enjoy this Saturday right here. We're leaving the first week of 2024. We're gonna celebrate. Like Bruce said, goddamn Toney Weeks had that goddamn bet on the first round stoppage, and he stepped in. Some told me, you know, I wasn't even really paying attention. Like I knew they was doing a fighter introduction, so I was multitasking. That's what I was doing. And then I happened to look up and I said, oh no. I saw Toney Weeks' face. I said, oh, damn. Who is he here to protect? Like, he don't have to protect Vergil Ortiz. He's winning this fight. I say, man, what's gonna happen? Like, this ain't a title fight like that. Why is he refereeing the main event? And damn, sure enough, he showed himself, boy. Once again, Toney Weeks, he is crossed over, y'all. Toney Weeks, in my opinion, is on the dark side right now. There ain't no other way to put it, bro. There ain't no way the way to put it. The shit he's got going on right now with these two stoppages is uncalled for. Excuse me. Is uncalled for. I'm pretty sure Rolly, you know, he was in the building. I'm pretty sure he walked over there and gave Toney Weeks a very, very tight hug. His feet wasn't even probably on the ground when he gave Toney Weeks a hug. You know what I'm saying? He probably wrapped him around Toney and said, I just want to tell you my appreciation. It goes down on the record book so I can call myself a world champion for Ryan Garcia. Yeah, I thank you, Toney. You know what I'm saying? U.S. Rolly, was that a good stoppage? Absolutely. Toney knows what he's doing. Absolutely. You don't think it was ex parte? What? Biased? Toney ain't never been biased, man. He's one of the best referees in the game. Come on, man. There was nothing biased about that. You really reading a little bit too much into it. No, I'm looking at it. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at it. And just like everybody else, they was looking to see some rounds put in. What is going on with Toney, man? Did you not understand the house was cheering for Vergil? They wanted to see that man go in there and get back. You know what I'm saying? Just let his hands go a little bit. Give him some boxing. That's all. They paid their money for that just to get stopped in the freaking first round. And then people leaving the arena once again in Vegas. I mean, what's going on, man? I don't get it. I think that's something to be concerned about. How if boxing is struggling to a point, I don't know. This just seems like this was a great money grab right here. These you know, that first round stoppage. Yeah, he was hurt. Barroso did hurt, oh boy, okay. But the one with Vergil, I don't know about that. I didn't see some crazy stoppages over there in Riyadh like that. I just didn't see it, man. I didn't see any crazy stoppages. You know what I'm saying? I didn't imagine if the referee would have stepped in when Joseph Parker landed that shot on Wilder and he went back against the ropes and he came in there and landed another one. They stopped the fight. You know what I'm saying? I mean, It was plenty of fights. What about the Jarrell Miller Daniel Dubois fight? All those hard shots Dubois was landing on Miller, and the referee stepped in like Weeks did tonight and just stop it. And just stop it. Look, the referee didn't even step in and stop Joshua Valine. He was getting touched up slightly or whatever. It was even more. Look, it was more of it was more damage being done when Joshua was landing those shots a little bit because Valine was standing there, but it was less being done when Ortiz landed that jab on Lawson. And he kind of wobbled a little bit, but it wasn't anything drastic. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't anything that you say, oh, hurry up, Weeks. You might want to get him. The man was standing on both feet in the corner. And Ortiz was carrying out what he was supposed to. He was executing his weaponry. That's what he was supposed to do. And Toney said, no, I'm about to get paid, man. I'm about to retire too. I got to get this money. I got to get this money right here. I need to get this money for real. Weeks only put premium in his cars. I need to laugh, man. Damn. He said Weeks be putting premium in his shit, man. That was hilarious, man. Damn. He said Weeks got getting paid so well he put goddamn premium. He said Ortiz landed 2 clean body shots doing his fur, but there was no imminent danger. Very underwhelming conclusion to the fight. I agree, man. I agree. Very underwhelming result due to the actions of Toney Weeks once again. You know what I'm saying? He said Weeks putting premium in his joint, man. The venue was aptly named Vergil Hotel. You know, and I know this decision will not change and no investigation will happen. This would be another YouTube boxing community joke. Yeah, it will, man. Like these two fighters really don't warrant it. Like it wasn't like it was a title shot. It wasn't like Vergil Ortiz was fighting Tim Tszyu. You know, it wasn't a title shot. I'm not even gonna mention Jamel Charlo because we don't know what he got going on, but he did mention Tim Tszyu. It's not like it was Tim Tszyu now. Imagine if it was something to deal with a title shot. Boxing, see, this is where people just cringe sometimes when it comes to boxing, because they returned Barbosa to the ring after Weeks stopped him. Like, he stopped the fight, right? They brought him back for another title shot immediately. There's no consistency in that. That doesn't make any sense at all. And not just that, but they had Weeks in the main event. How does that look? You brought Barbosa back because Weeks stopped it prematurely. How does he get rewarded for being stopped? Have you ever seen that in your life? Those of you that cover boxing, I know Bruce been, next to the game for a long time. Like, have you ever seen something like that? The referee stops the fight via TKO, and then the man gets an interim title shot from a stoppage. And the referee who stopped him, who robbed him, is refereeing the main event. And he goes out there and do the same thing, man. So you have one fighter in Barroso who went through the same experience as Lawson. It was just a bigger fight with Rolly Romero and Ismael Barroso. It was a much more bigger, high-end fight. Rather, Vergil Ortiz, he was just returning after a 17-month layoff. But in the interim, when you tie them together, they still have the same freaking erratic conclusion, man. It's not fair. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it was malign. It was intentionally done to cause harm, man. You know what I'm saying? Like they said, man, somebody put some money on there. Real talk. And I'm not gonna go in and rant about boxing because when you speak of boxing, you cannot never talk about boxing as a single entity. Boxing is just a entire tree of freaking life. You know what I'm saying? No one knows what each branch is doing. Someone is picking fruit off each branch. You know what I'm saying? Branch. The roots are so deep in boxing. You know what I'm saying? You don't know where to complain, who to complain to. Because there's no single headquarters. There's no governing body. There's no president. You know what I'm saying? There's nobody for you to just voice this concern unless it has to do with a sanctioning body. It has to do with a commissioning of a commission. You know what I'm saying? Or something to that extent. But when it comes to boxing as a whole, a non-regulated sport, you're going to get stoppages like Toney Weeks. If Toney Weeks is on his way out the door in retirement, man, something else is going on. I'm not going to lie to you. Something else is going on with this cat. He said horrible stoppage. He would have gotten him out of there by 5th. Yeah, I agree with that, man. I agree. I just wanted to see Vergil Ortiz rock and roll. That's all. I wanted to see him go there. I like Vergil style, man. I like Vergil style. For real. I just wanted to see him rock and roll. He said, why is he still officiating? He has been garbage for years. It's time for him to go. It's a lot of referees. You got to understand this too. If you're up here, you're feeling some type of way. You're feeling some type of way about Toney Weeks. Just think about how deeply rooted Lawrence Cole is. And his father was in the game. He's in the game. Lawrence Cole can go up there and stop a fight, and people will be, putting their hand over their mouth. They can be standing up. They can be, have the shock look on their face. You know what I'm saying? They can be in a state of awe. And it wouldn't make a difference because you can tell Lawrence Cole is desensitized to all the booing. He don't care. They have an understanding that his security is the people who pay him. And whatever controversial decision that he makes, he don't care about what the fans are booing about. He knows that whoever signs his check is okay with what he just did. Just like Toney Weeks. It's whoever signed his check is okay. Nothing's going to happen. They're not going to get counseled in the back. They're not going to counsel this dude and say, oh, we're going to lower your performance value scores for the opening quarter of 2024. You need to work on that now. You're walking a fine line. No, ain't going to do shit, bro. Weeks is a sellout boxer. Need to make a stand against Weeks and let the commission. They don't want Weeks to referee their fight. I don't know, man. Weeks might be over there in Riyadh. I'm not sure. Will he be a part of that main or co-main event? But I'm going to tell you, if he is, expect something. Expect the unexpected, or should I say expect the expected. You can't say expect the unexpected. With Weeks, you have to expect the expected. You expect him to go in here and wait to a moment that, us as boxing fans, we done seen fighters hit the canvas, get up, and they praise for, having a battle. Imagine this. Imagine Toney Weeks refereeing. I know it's a different promotion. Refereeing Espinosa and Ramirez. Robeisy Ramirez. Imagine how that fight was going. Imagine if he stripped the opportunity away from Espinosa to get off the canvas and continue to fight and end up stopping Ramirez. What if he stripped him away of that? As boxing fans, we used to seeing fights, go mano a mano, tit for tat, punch for punch. We used to seeing all out wars sometime. We used to seeing fighters battle it out amongst each other. But yet, you get over here to the zone, they got this BS going on. I'm telling some people getting paid behind the scenes, man, and they really don't care what the fans think. Seriously. Like, this is the first fight of the year, the first main event, is it? With a name like Ortiz, and you stop it, and you don't even care what the consumers are thinking, you just go up here and stop the freaking fight. Like, the crowd is born. It was so messed up that Ortiz thought they were saying he sucked. How can you suck, man? You didn't do anything wrong. Your opponent did nothing wrong. It's referee. Weeks did something. Could you imagine him stepping in on the Ramirez Espinosa fight? They had a war. They had a freaking war, man. A back and forth. Momentum shifts. Toney would have stripped and stripped us of that moment if he was in the ring. If he had any type of investment in there. Tonight, you can say what you want, but when it comes to betting, people was kind of, thinking, okay, will Ortiz get him up out of there in the first round? I'm curious to know how he would look that good. The betting odds, I didn't even look at the betting odds for the specials to see if he get him up out of there in round one. But I almost guarantee you that shit was like plus 1,200, plus 1,400 if he stops in round one. Or it might have been lower than that, being it was down Lawson. But still, you could have got paid pretty good if you put round one up there. That's wild, bro. Weeks is a sellout boxing needs to make a stand against Weeks. Well, good, like I said, good luck with anybody making a stand with these referees. Good luck, because the referees has individuals that look after them and protect them too. Referees are protected, man. You know what I'm saying? You think the promotion that hired Toney Weeks, they don't have conversations, they don't talk, they don't know who's the A side, B side. They don't know. People think they don't speak about the outcome. Hell yeah, they speaking about the outcome. Nobody's gonna convince me that these people don't get on the betting odds too. And a lot of the predetermined results lies in the hands of these referees. Real talk, man. You think it's not people that's attached to these promotions and all that shit that's a part of the betting odds that make thousands of dollars on this shit? It's just us on the outside, the consumers, that really don't have are not privy to this information to go up there and drop those bets on these fighters. But we see the corruption play out right in front of us, man. It just goes to show you boxing can sit up here and have a result like this, and it's not even a big fight. It's just the fact that Vergil was coming back. He has a medical issue going on with him. He's returning, and all the money was probably in what round the fight was going to end. That's all. That's where all the money was at. What round was the fight going to end? Because you get no money off Vergil in the money line. But it was pretty much, what round is it going to end? What's going on? Rosa should have punched Weeks in the gut tonight before the Ortiz fight as payback for how he got him last time. Man, you know what I'm saying? The audacity to have Toney Weeks on deck when he robbed Barroso. I'm curious to know if they even cross paths. You know what I'm saying? What will Toney have to say to Barroso, who's back for a title shot, seeing Toney Weeks, who robbed him of an opportunity that he was clearly romping Rolly Romero. He was drubbing him. He was in the pre-stages of drubbing Rolly. And Toney stopped and went up there and gave the wrong fighter the hug. You know what I'm saying? The hug that says it's over. And Barroso, man, it's crazy how, he does look older than his age. He's 40 years old. But dude still has power, man. I'm not gonna lie. Dude still have power. And I hope that Rolly has this fight. Real talk. I know Ryan said he wants to fight Rolly, but I think Rolly is locked in to Barroso. That doesn't mean anything. I mean, right now, because if they really want to go with the money, they'll make that Rolly Garcia fight and then potentially throw Barroso in there to fight the winner. Just because he won tonight in the first round doesn't mean he's going to get preferential treatment and they're going to show him special attention, dog. And say, I like what you did in that night. I'm going to get you Rolly tomorrow. I'm going to send the paperwork, okay? Time you get off the plane, the paperwork going to be there. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have the paperwork right there once you get off the plane. You know what I'm saying? You're going to see a guy in a beige suit with a black tie. I mean, they shouldn't have to reward this man. I'm serious, man. Barroso shouldn't be going to the front of the line just because Weeks robbed him of an opportunity. At the end of the day, Barroso has gained more fans than he had before. But when it's all said and done, more people would want to see Garcia Romero first, and then Barroso gets the winner of that fight. Craziest thing is that Vergil actually needs to go rounds. He did, man. A lot of people's already saying that on here. He needed the rounds, man. You know what I'm saying? It's not healthy for fighters to be off that long and then they barely even have an opportunity. And then you can't put any liability, point the finger at Vergil Ortiz because he went in there and did what he had to do. You know what I'm saying? He feels awkward to him because the crowd was booing. Yeah, Ron is trying to fight Rolly, man. Even though they asked Oscar tonight and he was still, having Devin Haney up there. So we're going to see how shit plays out in the next week. Because like I said, these boxers, man, some of them, not all of them, they play with consumers, man. They play with content creators. If Ryan Garcia has totally, just divorce the idea of fighting Devin, stay that way. If he comes back and they make this fight and give official announcement, I'm telling you, man, the proof is going to be right there. You know what I'm saying? All this damn deceit, faking, all this Twitter stuff that's going on, playing with the consumers just to keep attention on boxing. Ryan needs to make sure he stays where he at. If his focus is going over there and fighting freaking Rolando, stay there then, okay? Because I heard Oscar tonight say he believed he can make the Devin Haney fight. How? Then Ryan put out a tweet. What is going on, Oscar? You know what I'm saying? Like he tweeted, bro. He said, "Make it happen, Oscar." And you get on here and they ask you about it, and you say you're not really talking about any other negotiation with a fight other than seeing Vergil Ortiz get back in there. Okay, but also you said that you can make the Devin Haney fight. Because for Oscar, he knows that's a bigger money fight than Rolly. And like I said earlier today, people, it wasn't anything that was be considered high-end, boxing knowledge. It's just the fact that when you have fighters out here putting hashtags and they say 30K pay-per-view and you divorce the idea of fighting Haney and go over there to Rolando Romero, who doesn't have a pay-per-view history, that makes zero sense. You're going to leave a situation where you're bound to make more money and go to a lower end situation and try to convince and try to convince us, the consumers and content creators, that the reason why you left Devin Haney because he's 30K pay-per-view. No, man, you playing. And you know, those of you that's out there that follow the sport, you know what I'm saying? You're fanatics, you diehard boxing fans, y'all definitely should hold Ryan Garcia accountable for lying, bro. He's leaving Devin Haney and going over Rolando Romero, who was gifted a title. So you're trying to say, when it comes to the Wall Street of boxing, you're providing more praising value to Rolando Romero than you are Devin. When Devin actually has some numbers, even though they're not great, he has higher numbers than Rolly Romero. Now Ron is trying to fight Rolly. At least put him in the undercard if he wants to. Weeks should have been shelled for at least a year. I understand, you know, if we was to look at it like that, but that's not how they look at it. They don't look at it as punishment. Like, for a referee to be in fights, just look at the amount of fights that Weeks has been in that's high profile. Imagine, just think about this. He's deliberately doing this on fights that's not even high profile fights, man. These are not considered big time names that he's doing this. It's almost like Weeks is just target practicing right now. That's what it seemed like to me. He's just screwing fighters over for target practice just to get into the groove, because before he get up out of here, they're gonna give him a pretty good fight, and once again he's gonna he gonna send everybody into a damn frenzy because who we thought was gonna win didn't win because Weeks was in there stopping the fight early. Man, y'all hold it down, man. Enjoy your Sunday. You know what I'm saying? This makes no sense at all. 20 weeks on, I don't know what's going on with you, bro. You know what I'm saying? At one point in time, I was ranting and raving about Weeks. And, you know, I was saying good things about, you know, him being a referee. I seen Kenny Bayless, another referee, to act like he was cross-eyed, and couldn't see straight. Now he's finally retired. And, you know, it just seems like, okay, Weeks, you should be right behind him. Because we already had enough boxing history where referees were screwing fighters over. Boxing as a whole, in my opinion, when it comes to the higher tier, is struggling right now. Because no one really totally gets the schedule for 2024. We really have no idea what we're looking forward to. We know there are some names of fighters that's out there, but where's the calendar for 2024? What are we looking forward to, man? Like, I'm talking about the big fights. Like, yeah, we got something going down in March. Kudos. We got something going on in March. But where's everything else, though? When is the other promotion? TGB is coming out with theirs. Where's these big fights for 24? They supposed to be like Trump in 23. Like, we got Spence Ugas in 22, right? In April. And then, you know, I'm talking about for the championship. And then we got Crawford. Okay, Crawford, David Evanesian. And then in 23, it came around. We finally got the fight in July. But also we had David Benavidez and, you know, on the fights that he had. And, you know, you had Tank going in there against Ryan. You know, you had some pretty good fights in 23. Pretty decent fights. But in 24, it's kind of difficult to, you know, to put the coordinates in the GPS and say, okay, where do we go next? You know what I'm saying? We got Teofimo Lopez locked in for Jermaine Ortiz. Is that a higher tier fight? Well, Teo is a higher tier fighter for sure. Jermaine Ortiz is not a slouch. He didn't do poorly against Vasily Lomachenko. Do I think he'll look better than he did It's two different fighters. You got to understand. He lost to Lomachenko, who Teofimo beat. So I'm curious to know, has Ortiz made any improvements? Because Teo beat Lomachenko, but Ortiz didn't. And he fought him previously. Did Ortiz stop stepping in there with Lomachenko? I mean, we got fights like that coming up, but I'm talking about the grandiose. You know, what about the grandiose? Where are these names at, man? Anthony Joshua and Francis Ngannou is not grandiose to me. You know, even though they're top names, more so Anthony Joshua, and you know, across the pond, people know him, and not to mention, you know what I'm saying, Deontay Wilder especially. Zhang is up there. Zhang gets stopped, you know what I'm saying, people are gonna forget about him quickly. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna forget about him quickly because the man is 40 years old, and they're trying their best, I guess, his team, to get him to continue to win so he can possibly get a title shot. And he got some power now. But I always look at the styles of the fighters. What makes them shine as a fighter with the big names? Did that particular fighter that people was ranting and raving about, did he give Zhang a run for his money? Did Joe Joyce give Zhang a run for his money? That's the question you have to ask. Because right now, he went in there twice with Joe Joyce, and he got the victory. So right now, you know, Zhang's name is illuminating. You know what I'm saying? Illuminating. And people looking up, they say, oh, man, Zhang is something to be reckoned with. Just like Philippe. Philippe just went in there and stopped a 41-year-old fighter in the first round. People's like, okay, still Herkovic is something to be dealt with. You know, they're not totally like saying, oh, man, that was... I mean, come on, how many tomatoes can you put in a can? Goddamn it, dude didn't even try, man. He wasn't even supposed to. I'm being for real. He wasn't even supposed to be in there with Herkovic. They didn't even allow that guy to get beat up. They knew it was a mismatch. But we want to see, man, what the calendar looking like. Y'all know we got Undisputed, man, but. You know, I'm just not. It's not buzzing like it should be with Tyson Fury. It's when it becomes fight week or a week before fight week, more people are gonna start talking about it because it is a special occasion. But are we gonna get a real deal Undisputed? Is the titles gonna exchange hands? Can we wrap it up and say we're gonna get a heavyweight Undisputed, or is it gonna be full of controversy? You know, matter of fact, hold up for a second. Let me see something right quick. I want this Toney Weeks refereeing that Undisputed fight. You know what I'm saying? I wonder they don't even have the fight posted yet. That's another thing about boxing. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we gotta have an Undisputed coming up, why isn't the fight posted yet? Why is it not posted on BoxRec yet? It's rhetorical. I'm just curious to know why it's not posted on BoxRec. But y'all hold it down. Enjoy your Sunday, man. You know what it is. Shout out to the hottest chat in the MF game. Salute to y'all. Keep supporting the channel. I'm out. Peace.
Left jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best, you gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy, is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come back. Sports, talking way too much, world come back. Sports, talking way too much, world come back. Sports.